Hey guys, welcome back. And today I'll be teaching you how to build a jungle with houses and a fountain, as well as a castle with it. If you want to check out the world down below and not want to build it yourself, the link is in the description and you can download it off CurseForge. And right here, you can either build it out of a natural jungle or you can build it out of a man-made one. I'm building one out of a man-made one so it'll look a lot nicer. And right here, I'm gonna hop into TEdit so that way I can quickly clear out all the dirt and put in mud without having to spend about an hour doing that. And so I hop back from TEdit and now I'm finished with using TEdit for now. And here I'm going to make the town square. It's going to have a fountain and it's going to be the centerpiece of the jungle. So first we're going to build a false foundation to make it look like the building is actually being supported by something, but it's actually not. It's just a bunch of walls slathered together. What I'm using here is mud, which is the natural mud that you can get in the jungle, mudstone bricks and gray bricks to kind of create a rugged look for the town square. Alright, and now that I'm done building the false foundation for the building or the town square, now it's time to build and decorate inside the false foundation. Later I'm going to put water and vines in it, but now I've just put mossy stone and chains in it. And now we're going to build the fountain. It's my lighting is color right here, so if you have the color or white lightings, you can get a special effect on the waterfall. And here I'm using even wood fences to build kind of like a pillar for the fountain, and I'm using jungle fountains for the fountain. The fountain's like little decorative stuff. Alright, and here's a neat little detail not a lot of people know about. If you place a waterfall wall behind, like, I don't know, if you place a waterfall wall and you paint it cyan, it will turn the perfect jungle color, that lightish bluish. And yeah, it looks really nice with the fountain, and also it really helps for those who don't use color. Okay, now that we're done with the town square, now it is time that we build the castle for the build. And once again, we're gonna follow the similar suit that we started with the fountain with, and it is build a false foundation. But this one we're gonna build deeper, and not quite as long because this is gonna be a really small castle. And here we just build something similar but thicker at the top, and here I put vines, mossy stone in later, and I'm punching out some spots to put lizard bricks, some painted gray, some painted white to give it more aesthetic. Alright, and now that we're done with the foundation, it is time that we build the door. It's not actually going to take us anywhere, but this is going to be our spawn point for when I upload the map onto CurseForge. And here I'm using even stone bricks with silver bricks, and I painted any wall shadow to give it like a dark look. And here I'm using more even stone bricks and as well as lizard bricks to give it nice, like, kind of rugged feeling to the towers. And here I'm building a roof where I think I'm gonna put a waterfall up there in a little bit, but that we're actuating it into the background and putting some stained glass, green stained glass for the a nice window with lizard bricks. Okay, so now that I've built the two towers on the sides of the castle, it's time that we build onto the false foundation yet again. We're going to put vines, like I talked about earlier, and water. And here we're going to put crenels on the top of the castle to give it more of a castle-y feeling, because castles usually have cradles for archers to shoot arrows in. And here I'm putting waterfalls to give it more of a decorative, lost jungle look. But you could punch these out if you want. You don't have to keep them if you were to download the world. And yet again, using cyan paint to paint the waterfalls. And I'm using even wood fences here and lizard lamps. Now it is time for us to build the most ambitious and biggest part of the project, and that is the big living mahogany tree. And inside is going to be, well, you'll see in a minute, and it's going to be a gigantic tree. And right here I'm using paint tools to paint in some roots to save me some time. And yeah, now we're going to make the trunk of the tree with some branches, and we're going to spread out the top of the tree to make it appear like a hand. And then we're going to copy and paint in some leaves, and yeah, give the tree a nice crown and to make it look more like a tree. So I'm gonna fill this part in right here. And yeah, there we go, all filled in. But now most people would consider the tree done, but I'm actually gonna hammer out some parts to give it like little air spaces like real trees have, and as well as some living mahogany walls to give it some more leafy feeling. And I'm using a light hack so you can see the tree a little better, but when I'm finished with it you won't really have the problem of needing a light hack. And I'm playing with mods, so if you don't play with mods you won't have a light hack. But don't worry, this playing with mods does not mean that it will corrupt your PC. Don't worry about that, guys. I've had 50 trusted downloads on my project on CurseForge. Alrighty. Now it is time that we make the apex of the build, and that is the inside of the tree. So we're going to build a knot hole into the large tree, and you can actually go inside. I'm going to wire up a teleporter to a hidden room deep below the ground that looks like a part of the tree, and inside is going to be the Dryad. And so how you're going to access the tree is I put vines here and actuated a little bit of the leaf and actuated some of the wood as well. But here, to make it look like it's actually not kind of weird looking, I put flesh blocks behind the living mahogany and painted them brown to give it a rich mahogany look. And here inside the tree we used an old dungeon door with green torches for lighting, and we used some mudstone for the floor, and I just scattered some leaves everywhere to make it look more naturey. And I can't remember if I put vines in here or not, but I put in a bed and a table, and that will count as a table and a chair. But when I got around to spawning the Dryad, the darn guide already moved in, and yeah, now we have completed the inside of the tree. We have just finished the tree now, and we're now done and adding the finishing touches. And now here we are building another false foundation. We're building a little house with mudstone. We're painting it white. We're putting in bricks, lizard bricks, and much of the previous materials that I've listed before. And we're going to be using rich mahogany wood, like the refined wood, for the roof. And we're sloping it along with yeah, and we're using demonetite walls with mudstone and mud, and we're just putting a palm door there, and now it looks like a house. And yeah, the build is mostly complete now. We are done now, and I am going to do a few finishing touches in TEdit and stuff like that before I put it on the internet. And yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please like and subscribe to the channel for more builds and epic content like this. And yes, don't forget that the link for this world is in the description. And yes, goodbye.